Hey everyone, and welcome to The Witcher 2 Lorethrough, episode 27? 27. I'm gonna take the king's orens, because we don't like him. Take all of his orens, he can keep his mushrooms. Won't deny a man his mushrooms? Well, I would deny this man his mushrooms, I just don't need him. Ha!
Witcher, a word, if you will.
You will have a word. In this episode, we're gonna do a heck of a lot of talking with, like, a lot of people. Sheila, Deathmold, the boy, the Pangrat, people in the camp, Roach's dudes. Oh my god, it's just gonna be one long episode of talking, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is.
Greetings, Geralt.
Hello. Start from the top.
I'd assumed that after killing the Karen, the Pontar Valley would hold no further interest for you.
You know nothing about me, Witcher. I'm here because 2 northern monarchs were murdered. It's quite probable Henselt is next on the list. We don't need another country descending into chaos. King Henselt cannot die. I'll make sure of that.
Haha! Okay, yeah, obviously this is the Lodge meddling in political business again, but also, this is kind of funny considering The Witcher 3, I'm just saying.
It's pretty obvious you and Deathmold don't exactly get along.
Deathmold is an overgrown baby.
Fact.
A fine match for King Henselt.
Also fact.
The problem is that he's as jealous as he is childish.
That comes with the baby
He claims
territory.
I wish to steal his position at the Kedweni court. Nothing could be more absurd.
Yeah, I just won the world. Yeah.
Foltest's killer forced Triss to teleport him to Vergen. They're somewhere nearby.
That nosy little meddler, Triss, used my megascope to accomplish that.
It's true.
But I suppose I should be grateful. After all, I might have been the Kingslayer's victim.
No, you wouldn't have. You know you wouldn't have.
Even if Triss is in Vergen, I cannot locate her. This damn fog prevents any kind of magical probing.
Also, I just realized I can totally talk spoilers about the ending there, can I? Yeah, so Letha would never have used her here because, obviously, he knows about her. He knows what the whole lodge is. He would not want to be involved with the lodge anymore because they would probably be able to track him down if he did take Sheila. Because Philippa would actually, well, first of all, care. You know, they want Triss dead. We heard in the previous path that Sheila sent people to kill our girl Triss and, you know, well, technically Letho, but anyone who is found with him, which would be Triss, and they knew it was Triss. Come on, they know each other. They know their magical traces. Don't you lie to me. Snakes. All of them. Snakes.
A sorceress like you must know bundles about paranormal phenomena.
Any mage's knowledge has little to do with superstitions.
The Wild Hunt's no superstition.
Indeed, the phenomenon exists.
I want to know everything about it, including what you know.
You're out of luck. I've never concerned myself with it. I'm also not interested in whirlwinds or hailstorms.
So specific, isn't it? Are you mocking Triss with her hailstorm there? Because, okay, so I'll say it in a second. Also, if you say phenomena like a bunch of times, it just starts to sound so weird. I know, nothing Witcher related. I'm just saying. Triss had a magical spell at some point. This was in the last book of The Witcher. When Geralt was busy fighting in the riots in Rivia, Triss and Yennefer came in to save him, or, you know, at least make an attempt, I guess. And at first, Triss wanted to run away, then Yennefer wanted to run away, everybody was running away. And anyway, at the end, they decided to stand and fight, or at least Triss did at that point, and she conjured a hailstorm, Marigold's hailstorm. She did not mean to do that. I think what she meant to cast was Alzur's thunder. Could be wrong. But regardless, she did not mean to conjure a hailstorm. But she conjured a hailstorm with gigantically sized hail, which was also at the same time the only time that spell was ever cast, because the only reason she cast that spell is because she fumbled saying it. So she meant to say something else, fumbled the spell she was saying because her lip was split, I believe, at the time. And the outcome was a gigantic hailstorm, which really did help in fixing the situation, but yeah, you could just never do it again because she didn't even know how she did it. Hailstorms, am I right? Ha!
Know how to remove a tattoo?
No problem. I'd need some green mold, white myrtle petals, and wolf's aloe.
I'll be back once I've found the ingredients.
I won't. I just wanted to have the conversation done. I'm obviously keeping the tattoo. Don't freak out. I'm not gonna remove that. Alright. Death
Spoiled
Mold.
my day. Bloody hell.
Is that so?
Stick your courtesies up your ass.
Salutations.
Soldiers, man. Every time. I'm gonna take your orange too, because you're also a horrible, horrible person. But he's also kind of funny. Like, not gonna lie, he's kind of funny.
You have no idea how delighted I am to work in tandem with you.
True, I have no idea.
Better times approach, Geralt, you shall see. I trust you're not bothered if I refer to you by name.
Not at all.
Wonderful, I feel we shall become great friends.
That remains to be seen.
Shake my hand, Geralt, to mark the beginning of our friendship. Don't worry, I've no poison needle up my sleeve.
I don't wanna... I don't need any new friends.
I'm not looking for new friends, Deathmold. Let's get to work.
I see. As you seem to be the hero, how might I help you, White Wolf?
By never speaking to me again, ever.
Did you notice that not all the specters were aggressive?
Some of them had a tea party.
Most would disappear when we neared them.
I think the curse's power corrupts the ghosts of those who died in the battle, turning them into draugrs.
Draugrs, is that some professional name you witches have for specters?
They're demons, Deathmold. Draugrs are demons of war that arise on battlefields where the fighting was vicious and the slaughter particularly bloody. They are hatred and bloodlust in condensed form.
The name matters little. Do you know how to rid us of these Draugrs?
A silver sword's enough to send them to their rest. But as long as the curse remains active, new ones will appear. The soldiers' ghosts are the key. If we could reverse the tide of the battle...
Don't delay. Grab your sword and start reversing.
I'll need some symbols of war that belonged to the soldiers who perished here. Artifacts symbolizing hatred, death, courage, and faith. They have to be magically active and linked to those who died. Without them, I won't be able to summon the ghosts.
Well, I've no idea how to find them, apart from which I know little about war symbolism.
I'll deal with the artifacts. I have another job for you.
Yeah, so that means we do actually have to go to the other side of the fog. However, we can get something else here that makes... or kind of changes the dialogue a little bit in one of them. Which, apparently, you can also do on Iorveth's path. I just didn't. Shame on me, am I right?
Have you dealt with curses before?
I've cast a few in my time. One victim sprouted donkey's ears in a tail, another's house burned down. Nothing too serious.
Shame. Have you removed curses, lifted spells?
Never had the chance. But I mastered the theory involved. Best in my class at the Magic Academy.
They don't teach you about curses like this one at Banord.
Glevis's Curse is a 4th level blood spell. It's also known as the Archmistress's Curse. A misnomer, for they've been cast by generally crazed mages or priests, not necessarily women.
You've done your homework.
Yeah, so obviously Banard is the major school for men only. And I just like the way Deathmold talks. I mean, he is a horrible, 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 horrible person, obviously. But he is at least entertaining in his horribleness.
Explain this blood curse to me.
An ordinary blood curse is a trivial thing. You let a little of your own blood, best done at midnight surrounded by lit candles.
Sabrina had a whole pyre around her. Tell me about Glevisig's curse.
Read about it for yourself. I've all the necessary literature. In fact, you only need the Great Encyclopedia of Curses, Spells and Prophecies, and a volume compiled by Tessard de Vries and Margarita Loantil, Masters of Magic on Curses Selected Writings.
Alright then, I'll read him.
Quite a tome.
Don't worry, as long as you give him to me.
Are you sure Sabrina cast the curse?
Positively. Curses of this kind are cast rarely. There have only been 6 confirmed cases.
How many confirmed cases of their being lifted?
1. By a team of mages led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, whence came the curse's other appellation. In any case, Sabrina Glevisig was part of that team.
Small world, and one that just got a little uglier.
That's not all. The curse that Francesca and Sabrina dealt with was meant to end the lives of the last of the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. It was cast by Scarlet Rodalega, a very talented but completely mad man. A prophecy and an activator were also involved.
I see. Sabrina just stole her curse from this Rodalega.
Precisely. Beside which the king himself and a company of armed men witnessed her casting it.
See, I always thought there was something about this Scarlet Rodalega. I feel like I I did see the name at some point. I mean, I'm gonna look this up now after I record this, because now, like, normally I would just go, huh, that sounds so familiar, but then I'd never look it up afterwards. But I'm gonna look it up, and otherwise you'll just have a, ha, it was nothing on the screen, I guess. It just bothered me, because his name sounds too cool to not mean anything. Does that sound about right? Anyway, yeah, the Thyssen dynasty, it's kind of a weird one, because everyone wants to do something with them. And I know how strange that sounds, but the Thyssen line is the royal family of Kovir, at least at certain points in time, and at the moment it is. So, at first the Thysens ruled, were overthrown, then took over the throne again, and then Esterad Thyssen got killed, and Esterad got killed rather late, but it's kind of an odd timeline, because in the books, during the war, he is still alive. During the Second War, he's alive and well, and Dijkstra comes in and asks him for help, and apparently it's quite a while later, that he is killed on the steps while defending his wife, Queen Zuleka, or Zuleka, or however you want to say it. Regardless, he gets stabbed to death because he refuses to leave the side of his wife. And then, presumably, his son Thancred takes over. Thancred, who is an absolute miscreant at the time, he just wants to sleep around and gamble whenever. He's terrible. Terrible at everything. The thing with Thancred is that the Lodge at some point did promise his mother, Zuleka, in exchange for her help to guide Kovir in the right way, basically to have Thancred marry Ciri, because the Lodge wanted control over Kovir. There we are, everybody wants a piece of Kovir, richest realm in the north. So Zuleka tried to steer that as directed by the Lodge, and the Lodge said, okay, well, if you do that, if you make sure that Thancred's gonna marry Ciri, then we'll make Thancred a good boy. So he was a miscreant then, but if the Lodge held their word, then they would have probably magicked him in such a way that he just started hating sleeping around and drinking, gambling, pfft, not I. I am Thancred, the scholar and sir, ma'am. And now he's actually a good king, apparently, because in The Witcher 3, when people talk about him, well, rather Triss talks about him, I should say, apparently he is taking in mages that are seeking refuge from the pyres of the north. And that's where she also flees at that point. So I guess that kind of works out for the Thancreds, which means that, yeah, obviously the curse got lifted, as Deathmold said, but also Scarlet Rodalega just failed horribly in its attempts. However, the thing that I've always been wondering about, and I honestly can't find a proper reason for this except Nilfgaard, who made the assassination attempt against, or well, not attempt, who assassinated, Esterad Thyssen, who wanted him dead. Because here's the thing, the only person that we can think of really, I guess, is Nilfgaard in like the overall scheme of things. Because obviously technically Kovir didn't break any treaties, but they also did give Redania aid, and that's why the South lost. However, at the same time, first of all, Emhyr doesn't really care that he lost, because he crippled the North economically in such a way that they are still reliant on the Nilfgaard, on the South, for trade, so he got what he wanted in that sense. And second of all, there is no reason for him to kill Esterad, because he doesn't have anyone to put on the throne there. Like, if Nilfgaard were to kill Esterad Thyssen, I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent right now, but I just have to talk about this. If Nilfgaard went off to try and kill Esterad, and then obviously successfully killed him, then what? Then what do? Then there's still his son, who would take over. Zuleka still exists. There is still nobles in Kovir that would take over instead, and there is absolutely no way that the merchant guilds of Kovir would allow a exclusive relationship with Nilfgaard. Even if Nilfgaard were to manage to put a Nilfgaard-liking noble on the throne, they still would never be able to make that happen, because Kovir likes trade. open seas and open trades. So that's an impossibility. So the only other thing I can think about is that it's another attempt at taking the throne from another Koviri noble, apparently. However, nobody ever talks about that. Isn't that a little bit strange? A Koviri noble kills Estella Tyson and then stops. Just stops. Just says, yeah, okay, well, we killed his dad. Thancred is already very sad about it. We should probably let him live now. That doesn't make any sense either. So the entire assassination attempt, in and of itself, given that in The Witcher 3 Thancred lives, makes no sense. I just needed to get that off my chest. Okay. I could call that another game plot hole. There's a lot of game plot holes guarded, but still. That technically Thancred would also probably not have survived, or the throne would have been taken again, or it's just Nilfgaard saying, haha, we killed your king, haha. But nobody knows about it, so it doesn't even matter. Even Kovir doesn't seem to know about it, so... The entire Koviri storyline is just so bonkers. I just... Okay, now you know a lot of things about Kovir. I know I already made a video about it, but I don't think I addressed this at all, because it was such a theory crafting hell that I just couldn't. There we are. Okay, anyway, Kovir. Coins. What a bridge, right?
We've got our comet and murder. What about the coins?
We have those as well. Not enough for you?
No. Why do I get the feeling I've stumbled on some shameful secret?
A state secret.
If you don't tell me, your head of state may soon lose his head.
There's a plot afoot within the military. Those involved share a symbol, a square coin adorned with a fish. Let's do this. I shall in no way hinder your investigation, and you will reveal to me anything you learn. Should I happen upon anything related to the curse?
You'll let me know. So be it.
I already know where the coins come from. I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Why is Henselt still breathing? He killed the priest. Why didn't he burst like a ripe tomato under a dwarf's heel?
Perhaps Glevissig wishes Henselt to wait for imminent death.
I don't think so. I know a few sorceresses. They're mean, true, but they also want results. Sabrina cast the curse while roasting at the stake. Not the most comfortable circumstances. I suspect she botched something.
Are you suggesting Henselt may be safe?
I'm suggesting he could be saved, provided we cut him off from the heart of the curse, the Battle of Spectres. It's the weakest link.
How could we do that?
I don't know yet, but I suspect I could summon Sabrina's ghost and force her to free Henselt. First, I need to learn the circumstances of her death.
Yeah, that's a pretty funny quest if I'm completely honest.
If I'm not mistaken, you need blood to cast a blood curse.
Precisely, unachievable otherwise.
Sabrina was bound to a wagon wheel. Where did she get enough blood?
She put a spell on a soldier who gave her a coup de grace. It was easy, the minds of some soldiers are so uncomplicated. Sabrina needed one of them to strike her, shorten her suffering, but complete the curse. However, this is where she erred. That whore performed miracles, gathered the power, got the prophecy and activator right, but fell flat on her face on the simplest thing at the end.
Don't get so excited.
She chose a fool, a bungler. I heard he thrust 5 times with his spear, yet the witch's soul would not quit her corpse.
There was no one guarding the pyre?
It was one of the guards the sorceress chose for the task. His comrades were irate. He spoiled the show for them. The king was no longer anywhere near.
In any case, blood flowed and the curse took root.
Yes, but the harlot got her due.
I mean, it was technically still faster than getting burned alive, so... Also, it is so ironic that Deathmold calls anybody a harlot. Seriously.
You're gonna help me, Deathmold.
Of course, as the king ordered.
Listen up. You'll do the paperwork. I get the feeling you like it. I'll need a number of protective runes to summon Sabrina's ghost. They need to detain the sorceress's ghost and anything else that enters this world with it. Find something for me in your library. The runes need to be easy to produce. I haven't seen any artists around here. Apart from that, the Draugrs are likely to begin their forays in search of Henselt. When they leave the battlefield, they'll grow weaker. Your men should be able to handle them. Just equip them with silver-plated weapons. Henselt could also use something silver to defend himself. Over the entrance to his tent, hang a wreath of cinquefoil and fool's parsley. Inside, a fire fueled by juniper branches must burn at all times.
Where will I get so much silver?
Melt down your collection of pots for all I care. Just get it.
Those aren't pots, they're silver vases of Nazaya.
Last of all, give Henselt an instructional talk. Explain that I'll need him.
And what will you be doing? Drinking ale and fondling the camp women?
There's that, yes. Though I'll also prepare to summon Sabrina's ghost and figure out what I need to send the fighting specters back to the afterlife. I'll drop by and give you more work as I learn about this curse.
How did you divine that you might recover your memory by lifting the curse?
By the way, vases were very specifically mentioned in the books as being from Nazir, I believe. So that's an interesting reference, I guess. I have a feeling that the whole burning in the fire and having things over your room, that's either a very common thing with curses, which yes, probably honestly is, but also it's literally what you do with the Striga as well. Geralt was like, huh, well, hang something over your bed and also burn something in your fire. It's like, if there is any curse in your life ever, just take a random assortment of herbs and throw it in the fire and then make a wreath of it. The rest that's left. You should be fine.
The only diviner I've ever trusted told me.
Interesting. That being?
A drunkard and a fool in love. He's dead. But keep your nose out of my past.
And we love him! Do you have
We
more?
need to talk.
Even?
What? No, hello, good morning. Pucker up and kiss my ass, nothing.
Hello.
Fuck her up
Good
and kiss my
morning,
arse.
White Wolf. Will you take some tea? It's a fortifying beverage.
Some other time, maybe.
I'm sorry, he really is entertaining.
You must know a lot about the Wild Hunt, as one of the reigning majesties among mages.
I simply cannot concern myself with folk tales about corpses flying about on intensely emaciated steeds.
The Wild Hunt's no myth.
I will continue to find it very ironic again that none of the mages we talk to want to talk about the Wild Hunt and or even believe in it at all, even though I don't really believe that. I think they just want to keep all of that knowledge for themselves because the NL world clearly holds a great deal of power. Anyway, carry on. I guess we're gonna go and ask Sheila if she has anything more to say. I think she's pretty much done, but... yeah, you're pretty much done too. Okay, we finally exhausted the mages. Oh dear lord, didn't that take an age and a half?
The
Hello,
whole
buddy.
camp's gone berserk looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air, scavenging round the tents like idiots.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were pitching camp? I smell a rat.
He said, you know. Hi, buddy.
Need some help, monster slayer?
I want to talk, dog of war.
I've heard much about you, Witcher. Greetings.
Greetings, Captain.
I mean, Captain.
Is Henselt paying you to wait?
Yes.
Curiosity itching you, Witcher. Not the best trait to have in wartime.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Deathmole's given us silver-plated weapons and protective amulets.
Within 2
your
seconds.
Advice, as I heard it. We're to observe the mist and, if need be, drive off the wraiths.
How many mercenaries you got watching the fog?
I've got them spread out in small groups around campfires. And how many we number? Well, that's my concern alone.
Barely any. He numbers barely any.
Since you're already watching it, pay attention to the size of the cloud. I need to know if it's expanding.
Well,
How fast?
it's almost imperceptible, but it's constant. A foot, perhaps 2 a day. What does that mean?
We're all gonna die.
Means I have to hurry. Does
Oh,
Henselt
no.
pay his mercenaries well?
Did I mean that? Yes, I
Call it
did.
Professional curiosity on my part.
It's no secret a lump sum of 20,000 Novigrad crowns awaits. To be divvied up between those who survive.
Better kill the rest of your
So
friends.
the more of you die, the greater the take per head.
Yes.
No, seriously, let's start murdering each other.
Were you here 3 years ago during the last battle for Vergen?
Bradley's blue banner was. They were decimated by mages. The survivors enlisted with us. They weren't eager to talk about it, and we didn't press them.
No
Some
lack
people
of work for
burning?
your kind.
Mercenary might just be the surest profession these days. Sign of the times.
Sign of any times, honestly.
I heard you gained fame during the wars with Nilfgaard.
It's true.
Our fees have doubled since the Battle of Brenna. As it turns out, it was worth risking our necks.
I've already told this story in the last time. I'm 99% sure. His story, that is.
I wouldn't mind learning some details about Brenna from someone who played first fiddle there.
Constable Natalis commanded the Nordlings. The Nilfgaardians mounted a vicious attack. And if not for us and the Dun Banner, the collected armies of the north probably would have shattered into bits. Luckily, we showed up at the right time, withstood the assault and came out victorious. We earned every last copper we were paid. 50,000 Nilfgaardians shattered their teeth trying to bite at us. Menno Coldhorn, their commander-in-chief, chose death over humiliation. Like in every battle, it was a question of timing, taking advantage of the foe's missteps, and a bit of luck.
Okay, so a few things are wrong with your account here, Pangret. First survivor or no. First of all, not necessarily the Dun Banner. It was actually the Mahakaman volunteer army that really saved everyone's asses there, because otherwise, like, the entire flank would have fallen way early. But okay, why give dwarves any kind of recognition, right, Adam? Anyway, second, Menno Coldhorn didn't actually choose death over humiliation, although I guess Adam wouldn't know that because, well, nobody does, except for the people that were reading the books at the time. Actually, Menno Coldhorn decided to run away from the battle. You know, bravely ran away, brave Sir Robin. But on his way out, he ran into, again, the Mahakaman Volunteer Army, and part of it, one of them's Zoltan. And he got shot in his, I think, straight through the throat with a nice crossbow, and he sank into the swamp. And then he built another one, and he sank into the swamp too. No, seriously, he literally sank into the mud and just choked to death. Unfortunately for him. Already told that story as well, though, so that's fast. And a third of all, it was 90% luck. The entire victory of the North was 90% luck because, first of all, they had to actually manage to get the money from Kovir, which technically is pure dumb luck because they chose, like, the whole Suleka, giving the book, whatever. Second of all, they had to be lucky enough for Menno to have a coward of a spy who didn't check beyond the hills whatsoever. And a third of all, they had to be lucky enough that the Mahakaman Volunteer Army wanted to be there at all. Because, I mean, dwarves didn't really want to help, did they? Or at least, you know, Robert Hook didn't. So, I mean, that's a whole lot of butterfly effects right there.
Must be fatiguing fighting all the time.
I took a little time off recently. Something along the lines of a honeymoon. But I like my craft, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Yeah, because he married Pretty Kitty. Again, I feel like I'm going to just repeat myself a lot these days.
I knew one of your kind once. Woman by the name of Rayla.
Killed by an elf's treacherous arrow. She made a mistake. Let her emotions take control. This profession requires cold calculation.
Rayla was not initially a mercenary, to be entirely fair, and she actually technically wasn't by the end either. She was first part of, I believe it was the Redanian army, and then secondly she became part of the red... Wow. Red Flames. Flaming Rose, there we are, Flaming Rose, in The Witcher 1, and that's where she got killed. And there's actually no way to save her in The Witcher 1, so yeah, she always dies. But she didn't necessarily make a mistake, she just, you know, got spooked by an elf. And Yavin was pretty good at shooting, so... Can you really blame her? Let's talk about arm wrestling instead.
Let's talk arm wrestling.
Go on.
Don't push me.
Bartholomew Bargy sends his regards.
Bart Bargy. I remember him. Strong for a peasant.
Bit rude.
For a peasant. They say you're the strongest arm around here.
You wouldn't be talking to me otherwise.
How's that?
During the Battle of Brenna, I got into a knife fight with an Nilfgaardian commander. That's to say, he had the knife and I had my bare hands. I grabbed him by the wrist, but the blade kept coming towards my throat. He was strong, but lacked stamina. When I felt him weaken, I twisted his arm around and slit his throat. I've worked on my hands, wrists, and arms since then. They all come in handy in my profession.
Wanna wrestle me?
To challenge Adam Pangret for the championship, you've got to beat the best contenders.
Which is...
Who should I challenge?
Martin and Randall are the strongest in my company. Then there's Magnus, the camp blacksmith.
Blacksmiths always have good
I'll
arms.
try them.
Watch out for Magnus. As I see it, he could easily do his work with no tools.
Then do it without tools. That's way better.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist lifts.
It won't just disappear. They say only a spell will lift it.
Pretty sure that the guy on the left actually has Henselt's voice actor as well. But don't pin me down on that.
Aldrin, here, boy.
Still looking for coins. What else am I to do?
What is it, Witcher?
Who's Odrin?
Who's this Aldrin you're calling out for? A Kedweni god of some sort?
Aldrin a god? If you suggested the god of drinking, I might agree. He's a mate. We agreed to meet at the tavern, but he's gone and got lost. If you find him, tell him we're waiting.
How will I know it's him?
Oh, you'll know Aldrin. Nobody quite like that cunt.
Oh mate, we're not done talking yet. How dare you?
Aldrin, here, boy. Aldrin.
Aldrin!
I smell a Temerian.
Here, boy. Aldrin.
You calling me a Temerian boy?
No talking to the prisoner. What do you want?
To suck you in the face.
How did you catch him?
We didn't. Nothing to boast of, really. We found him. Barely alive.
You'd still
He was
boast. you
lying
did.
in the ravines among the corpses of other squirrels. Terrible bloodbath it was.
As if a mad medic slashed him with a giant scalpel. Aiming at their arteries, no less. For there was blood everywhere. Nasty splashes, even high up in the rocks.
When was this?
Before that ghastly fog appeared.
Get anything important out of him?
Not really. We salted his wounds, broke his fingers, scorched his feet. But he didn't so much as peep his own name. Tried to bite off his own tongue, in fact. Them elves like a bit of suffering, methinks.
Maybe he's hoping to be rescued.
Not likely. Someone massacred them. The whole unit. That's what the Royal Mages asked him about. Who it was and where they are now. There's no understanding elves. If he answered, we'd hang him quickly. It'd have peace. But he prefers to suffer.
I mean, choosing death.
Can I talk to him?
No chance. I don't know ya.
How might we get to know each other?
Trust needs to be earned, mate. You best go, now.
Don't worry, I'll find Odrin.
I'm done with this cursed place.
Odrin!
Bloody comet, square coins, and that farking fog.
As long as they pay us, I'll sit it out.
I
Who do I spy if not the famed Geralt of Rivia?
Tis I.
You seem to know me, but
Famed.
I have no idea who you are.
And you're worse off for that, for I can make you even more famous.
Don't care.
You write ballads or something?
I've no notion of songs, but the king's vested me with the task of organising knightly tourneys. A swordmaster like you must be eager to show off his skills.
Doubtful.
Knightly tournaments are a pastime for real men.
Does King Henselt have any interests besides fighting?
We value knightly tradition in Kedwen. Only duels in the arena let a knight stay in good form and hone his skills.
Bye then.
Still looking for coins.
Why are you setting me on fire? Excuse me.
It's driving me crazy. Want your face smashed?
What do you want? Normally I only talk to drunks.
Well, I was on fire, so, you know.
Seen any square coins around here?
Square coins and white mice are good signs you had enough of the booze. I need to find me mate. Let me be.
Still looking for
What do you want?
Odrin! Let me buy you a beer.
I heard you calling for Aldrin.
That's right, I'm looking for him, so I called out. Got a problem with that?
I used to know a man named Aldrin.
Not that same guy.
How do you know?
Odrin never deal with your kind. A right and true man, that one. Drinking without him's like ploughing without a woman.
You can
What
do
else
that.
am I to do? This mist's driving
That's the
me
thing
crazy.
you can do. Yeah, boy. I like how my posters are still all up here.
Squirrels again.
Surprised. They have a hand in every rebellion, every evil cause.
You know me, I'm not prejudiced. But I don't get it. What's wrong with those non-humans?
Not prejudiced, though.
They're alien races. We'll never understand them.
I'm not racist, but that entire conversation.
I've no bloody idea who you might be, but I hope you're a civilian.
Yeah, civilians go around walking with 2 swords in their back often, don't they?
Greetings.
Hello. You have a very odd outfit for someone who is apparently from Henselt's army.
Killed Demavend and Foltest of Temeria.
Hush! That's allowed. Henselt can be touchy. You'd best keep quiet about that.
Don't talk about murders. We're in a war camp, for God's sakes. Mind your manners. Hey, buddies.
Looking for something?
Always.
I heard some tough men serve in your company.
You heard right.
Care to test that with a little arm wrestling contest?
Why not? If you want to wrestle, I need to see some Orans.
Okay, I will show you, but you can't have them.
Let's do this.
Go, big or go home.
Odrin! Odrin!
Winning!
Your paws are strong as a bear's. I'll give you that.
Wolf.
Yours are strong for humans, I guess.
Trouble.
Always.
Something's brewing.
Always.
What is it?
What is it?
I heard you and your men arm wrestle a bit.
What's it to you? That sport's only for the
Did
strongest.
you not just see me
Do I
beat
look
your friend?
like a wimp to you?
Truth be told. But I'm willing to test you. If
always
you want to
underestimates
wrestle,
me.
put down your orange and we'll get to it.
Why does no one trust I am a strong, independent man? Poor Geralt.
Let's do this.
Leroy! Odrin.
Odrin!
That's just the Witcher's version of Leroy. Odrin Jenkins.
Odrin!
Or just Odrin in general, I guess. That's fair too.
You're tough.
Ah, you don't say. I would have never been able to tell. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, buddy. What were you doing there? That was suspicious. Wait, let me talk to you.
I smell a Temerian.
God, I did bathe at some point, presumably.
Leave me be, father.
Yeah,
Leave you be? Your life's at stake. Why, your mother would have my head if anything happens to you.
No! This is about my honor. And ply what mother does to you, I'll practice. I must prepare.
For war! Ah! Obviously not war, but still, you know. I wasn't done looking here. Y'all sleeping? Hey, buddy.
Do not disturb.
Alright, fine.
I am Myron, Master Apothecary in King Henselt's service.
Hello,
Geralt.
your eyes are very blue.
Geralt. Provenance and profession known only to him, so be it. How can I help you?
I want to stock up on herbs and medicine.
Got a prescription?
A prescription?
I jest. We have supply shortages, so I can only sell you certain medicaments.
Well, I would roll some dice with you,
Godspeed.
but we're not doing
Good luck
that.
with whatever it is you do.
I only talk to you for the joke. Bye. Do I have money I can steal from you? Oh, yeah. A shortage, be here. Take all of this.
Leave me be, Witcher. I must train. No time
Train.
for idle chatter.
I must train. Fair enough, fair enough. Not like you could be training with the Witcher, but okay. By the will of our gracious King Henselt, I hereby announce the opening of sign-ups for a grand swordsmanship tourney to take place in a camp arena. As expert swordsmanship is a soldier's virtue, anyone familiar with the craft of war is encouraged to apply. The kingsman or foreigner, man or woman, if you fear not the sight of your own blood on sand, I await you by the arena. Ave Henselt. Proximo Woodblade. Thank you. To all officers and enlisted men, on behalf of His Royal Majesty King Henselt, I hereby announce that a reward is offered for any information regarding the identity and whereabouts of holders of the so-called square coins. And these men are traitors to our homeland. Whosoever is found to be aiding, abetting, or colluding with them shall be deemed an enemy of Kedwin. Discretion guaranteed. Not really. Don't hide your head neath the hood, and also mosquitoes in my house. I miss. Long hair, short wit. Gray's no sign of wisdom, just of old git. Wise men's... I missed again. Wise men's heads are just as rare as they are bare. Shaves got squibs. Find me among the camp followers. He's saying, if you're not an alien, you are not smart. Yes, that is an alien. Aliens are bald, you didn't know?
Why did they have to be like me? Stubborn imbecile.
In it!
Mind if I join you?
I can help you, Manfred.
Think I've the right to stop you from taking a free stool?
Yes?
No, right? But you might not want company while you drink.
And why might you want to drink with me?
I don't like a drink alone, really.
I prefer to drink in good company.
Doesn't ring true. You don't even know me.
That's true. But I know a good man when I see him. So?
Do what you will. Everyone does what they want. My son, for instance, has decided to die.
You're in the army, so have you.
He's decided to duel Lieutenant Iorveth, known as the Butcher of Sidorus. All in all, that makes him a dead man.
Sidorus.
Lieutenant Iorveth. Who's that?
A killer.
Plenty of those in the army.
No, killing enemies is not the same as slaughtering your own countrymen. The Butcher likes the latter, and he's good at it. The best.
Rip.
They're going to duel to the death?
Are you that ignorant? We've been sitting here for weeks. Nothing is happening, and Hen said don't like that, so he's organised some diversions.
You mean tournaments?
Not like tournaments, more like murders. Mock battles without the mocking. The duellers really leave the arena on their own 2 feet. When our unit learned that 6th Company was putting forward the Butcher of Sidorus, there were no volunteers, so we drew straws and it fell to Sven.
He can't back out?
He can, but he won't. I've pleaded, I've begged, but my son's a stubborn one. The pup's got honour. But what good's honour to a corpse?
He's not wrong.
What if I helped you?
Kill him and for you.
What kind of question is that?
Could I count on you in return?
Save my son, and there won't be a thing I wouldn't do to aid you.
I take that as your vow. Where's Sven?
I mean, I want to talk to
Training
an
in
elf.
front of the canteen, near the mercenary's tent. You'll know him when you see him. Why didn't he turn out like his mum? Must my devilish blood course so quickly through his veins?
Hi, buddy.
Relics, artifacts, trinkets, and talismans. Hallowed and highly valuable.
I'm a liar, by the way.
I'm interested in objects that belonged to the soldiers who perished in the battle 3 years ago. Not any old things. They have to be magically active. I know how to check.
That's not my speciality, Witcher. I deal in relics.
Yeah, that's
Got
okay.
anything interesting there?
Ash from the stake where Sabrina burned. Nails that fastened the wheel of death. Splinters from the wheel. I've also got some metal parts and some of the martyr's garments. Whatever your heart desires.
Just love me some metal shards. My favorite thing. Thought he actually did sell something, but it may be wrong. I'm pretty sure he had something. There was something to this guy, but I can't remember now.
Why didn't he turn out like his mum?
I know, right? Why couldn't he be like more
Are
like
you
Iorveth?
moved by the Prophet Lebioda's parables?
Not even a little bit.
Then spare an Orin for his humble followers.
I can spare an Orin only so I can keep the conversation going. Sure, you can have 33. I am
luck.
rich.
Thank you. Please accept this booklet, which will teach you how to live a worthy life.
You liar.
Are you moved by... Then...
Ah, we're good now.
Having an Orin and not having an Orin makes 2 Orins.
Cheapskate.
That, hold on, because I want him to shut up. That specific quote is King Esther Thyson's. I missed again. I don't think I missed. Monster hunting in real life. Anyway, weird. Yeah, so Esther Thyson, when he was talking to Dijkstra, because Dijkstra came over to Kovir to ask him for money. To ask Esther Thyson for money. And he was prepared to pay, I believe, the Minister of Finance of Kovir 1,000 Orin bribe, or 1,000 crown bribe. And Estradot asked him about that. He said, hey, how much were you going to pay my Minister of Finance to, you know, get this thing rolling? And Dijkstra just said, 1,000. You know, if you pressed, I think. And eventually Estradot said, you know, I can help you out. I can give you the money that you need. But before that actually went through, before Dijkstra left, he said to Dijkstra, I do expect you to bribe me with the 1,000 you brought. And Dijkstra was like, what? You're giving me several thousands and you want me to give it back? It's like, I think it was 1 million that he gave him and you want 1,000? And then Estradot Tyson said, yeah, but 1,000 and 1,000 is 2,000. He's like, yeah, he's not wrong. He's so very Dutch, really. We're all very, very cheapskates. Let's go talk to the boy. Hello, the boy. Don't slap me.
Who's asking?
Somebody
Me?
who just might save your ass.
Piss off!
Uh-huh.
I promised your father I'd help you.
Then go back and ask his pardon for tricking him.
Will you feel better when they kill you?
He'll certainly feel worse if I cower out.
I'm the last one who'd ask you to do that.
What will you do? Summon the butcher and send him out on an urgent mission to deflower the Virgin of Edern?
No, we'll fight as a pair against Latond and his second. Your honor will remain untouched, like a 12-year-old nun's petal.
Why do you wish to help me?
I told you. Your father asked me.
And you courteously agreed. Is that so?
Yes.
You lie.
What difference does it make, really?
Spoken to the butcher yet?
I haven't, but you're still a rude man, just so you know.
Take care.
Don't be mad. Hello, little dwarf.
What? Surprised to see a dwarf on human leash? Got a well-thought-out slur ready and waiting? Go on, surprise me.
Not
You're a
I.
little tense.
Tense. That's a good one. I, odd-looking human, am a prime mercenary, a sapper. I'm not tense by definition.
A sapper?
Not that kind of sapper. I build field fortifications and war machines. I can fucking throw a boat bridge across a river in half a day. Digging ditches is relaxing, that's what I meant.
Got any spare parts from those war machines? The decommissioned ones, of course. I need some to make monster traps.
Sure. Why wouldn't I? If I do.
If I do.
See you.
Nice to see you
What's a witcher
too.
doing here?
Surely
buddy.
they hired him to take care of the wraiths from the battlefield.
I'm right
And
here.
that rebel.
I'm right
I can
here.
understand the wraiths. But the girl?
He killed 2 kings. You think he can't handle a usurper?
It's not a usurper, though. She's the rightful queen of Edern.
I'm looking for Letond Avid, the butcher of Cidaris.
What do you seek?
I mean, obviously that.
I want to try my luck.
Strange. Most shit themselves at the sight of my sword.
I'm a witcher.
They say you're equal to a witcher in a fight.
They lie. I'm better.
We'll see.
You'll need to wait. I've a fight lined up already.
We could always duel in pairs. I look around and I see the cream of Kedweni knights. Someone's bound to agree.
I am Edwin Lysam, known also as the Petal. If
Ironic.
Latond will have me, I'll gladly stand at his side.
Why do they call you the Petal? I've no need for one who ploughs maidens simply for the pleasure of deflaring them.
You offend me greatly, Latond. I owe the moniker to the fact that I place flower petals in the mouths of the foes I defeat.
I'll be glad to see anything stuffed in the Witcher's mouth. So be it.
I'm a bit scared of
I just want to
against the
see
saint.
things getting
The enemy
stuffed
have
in the
fed
witch's
you their
mouth.
propaganda.
That's all. That's my favorite thing. Aldrin!
What do you want?
Well, we want to arm wrestle.
They
That's
say
where we're gonna end this one,
blacksmiths are strong.
obviously.
I say they're fat pussies.
Rude.
I say I can show you just how strong we are.
Careful
Honestly-
you don't snap something.
Show me your coin if you want to wrestle.
I feel like I should just be allowed to lose at this point. That was very uncalled for,
Let's
Geralt.
do this.
God, we hadn't even introduced ourselves. Fed what now? God. Just minding his own business. Aldrin! I didn't deserve that.
My hand, damn you!
Might want to put a cold compress on that.
Still rude. Hey, buddy. We have a fight, but like together. So okay, I'm gonna save here though because I not in this life. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, take it back out again. Ooh, that's some practicing. Look around, swing that sword. Got him. Okay, I'm gonna have to do all the work, aren't I? Okay, I will see you guys in the next episode.